What's up, Omies? My name is Dakota. Here are 5 mantras that will change your life, that will literally transform you into the limitless, creative, infinite being that you have always been. A mantra is a type of meditation. Mantra meditation, it's the repetition of sacred vibrational words. Man means mind, and tra means to deliver or to control. From the Sanskrit word tra, we get words like train or transport. So a mantra is a tool to control the mind or to deliver us from the mind, from the illusions of the mind, from the limitations. A mantra is a word or a series of words or sounds which are specifically made to elevate consciousness through its meaning, sound, rhythm, and tone. Number 1, Om. The Buddha said that we suffer because we are attached. We are attached to this illusion of permanence, and we suffer because reality is temporary. Everything is temporary, and when we are confronted with this truth, we are suffered. Because none of us think that this is going to end, you know, we're kind of just here living our lives. We wake up every day and we're stuck in the repetition of existence, so we become attached to this. So when we chant Om, we become still and we become detached from our thoughts and from these concepts of our identities. We sort of get to a place beyond separation. You just get to a place in your mind that exists beyond everything, beyond all the concepts, beyond all the thoughts, just an awareness. Om can bring you to the stillness of the moment. This is who we really are, is the totality of the moment. And Om can show you that. In the Mandukya Upanishad, it says that Om is everything. There is not anything that is not Om. So even you are in this spectrum of vibrational transcendence, and through the repetition of Om, you can have this direct experience into this stillness, this place inside of you where all things emerge out. If you want to experience your connectedness to everything, this is a good place to start. You know, just do it right now. Oh! If you have a cool group of friends, get together, all group hug, and just chant Om. And one of you get in the middle. And we do this all the time on Warped Tour. Every night we group hug and chant Om. I made an entire video breaking down Om. So if you want to check out that video, I'll leave it in the description for you to click after this video is over. Mantra number 2, Om Mani Padme Om. This is a popular Buddhist mantra. This is like, I feel like this is like the first mantra outside of Om that every person sort of stumbles across. Lama Surya Das says, "Oh mama, bring me home." Om Mani Padme Om. Mane means jewel. Padme means lotus flower. And home means, it means like the soul of enlightenment, the spirit of enlightenment. You are a reflection of something very divine and mysterious. And you know, a lot of us don't pay attention to this because we're so distracted by our thoughts and so distracted by our lifestyles. I think this is why the metaphor of the lotus is found a lot, because Padme, the lotus flower, it blooms and it blossoms out of mud. A lot of us are so distracted by our insecurities, and because of our insecurities, we hyper-focus on the things we consider to be imperfect about ourselves, and we confuse these sort of conditioned imperfections with reality. We confuse our thoughts of ourselves with who we are, which is an illusion. It's not who you actually are. Buddha says this too. You are not your thoughts. Do not confuse yourself with the mud. How do we overcome the obstacles of confusing ourselves with the mud? Mantra number 3, Om Gam Ganapataye Namah. This is a mantra to Ganesh. Ganesh is the elephant god, the elephant deity. He represents overcoming obstacles. We evoke the power and the energy of Ganesh to remove the walls that are blocking us from realizing who we actually are, from seeing our true selves. The story of Ganesh is really cool. He's, you know, how he got his elephant head and stuff like that, and I really recommend going and checking that out because it'll help you connect to the mantra and help you develop a relationship with it. A lot of these mantras are specifically made to transcend you. So the sounds of the words and the syllables that we say in these mantras, the potency is there. You don't necessarily have to have a relationship with the mantra to experience something, but it helps. You know, we're very symbolic creatures, and there's a huge spectrum of consciousness and a huge spectrum of things that help us. So I think it's useful to develop a relationship with these mantras, and I think once you find a mantra that works for you, it'll help initiate that relationship. Ganesh is actually the son of Shiva, which takes us to our next mantra. Om Namah Shivaya. Shiva is considered the supreme reality. So when you get to the foundation of everything, you find nothing but Shiva. I actually have a little Shiva statue right here. Can you see the statue? This is Shiva right here. This is a handmade Shiva that I had carved from a friend in India. I had a friend in India that found a wood carver, and he carved this Shiva for me right here. And on the bottom of it, it says Om Namah Shivaya. And I look at this every single day of my life. So I say, when you get to the foundation of everything and you find Shiva, it's just like removing the obstacles. It's just like removing the walls that are blocking us from seeing who we are. Once we remove all these things, once we remove all of these distractions, we're left with nothing but Shiva. We're left with nothing but the self. We're left with nothing but the Om. We're left with nothing but Brahman. In Sanatana Dharma, or Hinduism, they use Shiva to represent the destruction process of the universe. So through invoking the destruction power of Shiva, we can fall down into our eternal place of oneness. The place where after everything gets destroyed, the place that remains. The place beyond your thoughts and your emotions, beyond all creation, the place when everything in this entire manifestation gets destroyed, that stillness where all things emerge out of. That eternal place of oneness is where we fall into when we evoke the destructing power of Lord Shiva. And through being in this oneness and experiencing this oneness, we can have the realization that there actually is no such thing as destruction. There's nothing that can be destroyed, and there's no such thing as creation. These are actually the same thing. This is the same process. Both of these things, creation and destruction, they imply each other. They're actually front and back to the same coin. This is the oneness, the yin-yang, the masculine and the feminine, which leads us to our final mantra, the MAHA mantra. MAHA means great, the great mantra. This is the MAHA mantra right here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the mantra that throws me into an ocean of pure bliss, pure love. It throws me into a room with God, and we were just hugging. It throws you into a room where you can just play with the divine. Hare is another word for Hara, which is another name for Radha, which is the feminine aspect of the universe, the Shakti of Krishna, Krishna's eternal partner. Radha is also that feeling of connection to the divine, or to something higher than ourselves. You know, when you feel like, I just know that there is something more. This is Hare, this is Radha, this is the love of Krishna and Radha. I like to say that Hare represents the creative, flowy energy force of the universe, because women are really creative, aren't they? This is, you know, their vaginas are portals. Their vaginas are literally portals into this creation that we're in right now. I like to say that Hare represents that. It represents the creative energy of everything. You know, whatever all this is Hare. So Krishna of course represents the masculine energy of the universe. Krishna in Hinduism is considered to be the supreme personality of God. The name Krishna, it means all attractive, and the name Ram, it means reservoir of bliss. So when we chant Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, we are asking to connect and to be in union with the divine, creative, flowy, blissful energy of the universe, which makes up all things, which is who we actually are anyway. It's just a matter of removing the obstacles and falling into that oneness, and falling into the place where you and the divine become harmonized. And one of the problems with being in a spiritually void culture is that we see the bees and we see the flowers, but we ignore the relationship, we ignore the unity, we ignore the harmony between the two. There is no separation. The separation is our confusing our thoughts with reality, confusing ourselves with the mud. But you know, the bees and the flowers, they're one thing. They're not any different. They imply each other. They endow. They say they arise mutually. So you know, they're not different. Or think of it as like a lover. You know, when you are with your lover, when you find the person that you fall in love with, you become one. You know, you don't feel whole when they're away from you. And when you chant Hare Krishna, you fall into this place where you and your lover are one. You know, you remove yourself from being in the place of separation. The whole entire universe, all of this manifestation is said to be the divine dance between Radha and Krishna. They're the cosmic lovers. Everything that is happening because of their love. Even this right now, you and I are a result of the love of Krishna and Radha. And they say when we feel our emotions like sadness or depression or joy and love and all these different things, they say that it's actually a reflection of the spectrum between the love of Krishna and Radha. So that was 5 mantras for you guys. I hope this helps your advancement in your spiritual development. If you liked this video, make sure to click subscribe, and if you would like to support me, you can head over to stayhappystayweird.com and buy a t-shirt. I got tons of cool shirts there, so if you go and buy one, that supports me. You are perfect. If no one's told you you're perfect in a while, let me tell you, you're great. Everything about you is exactly what needs to be. You know, you're always where you need to be, and if you were right here, I'd give you a little subscribe.